All right, next thing we need to talk about is when there's negative numbers inside. You haven't seen any of those yet. It's actually going to be pretty easy to deal with. When n is even. Now, this is the shelf number. Even is what happens is there's no real solution, right? Square root of negative 4, if you tried to take negative 2 squared, that would be negative 2 times negative 2, which would equal 4. There's no way to get, there are no numbers that match with a product of negative 4. Sorry about that. Okay, so these imaginary numbers right here, we use this variable I. All this really is the square root of negative 1, but it's just a replacement for that negative underneath the square root, or sorry, underneath the radical. Now, when the shelf is odd, all that negative does is move outside. That's it. So you need to identify what the shelf number is, whether it's even or odd, and then apply these rules to it. Let me show you some. So we've got a fourth root, that's even. This is going to move outside and become an I. So right now we are I equals square root of 16. Nice and normal, break it apart. Okay, that is the, oh, happened here? Oh, it's like a C. Okay, there was an I out in front. So when you expand this out, there's still an I out in front. He's multiplying. 1, 2, 3, 4. Group size was 4. Looks like I do have a set of 4. One makes it out. The rest dies, so there's no more gel to write. And then we've got this I variable. Now I2 doesn't feel very familiar. Usually that variables go to the right. Sorry, left. Man, I am backwards. It's backwards day, I decided. Okay, let's try another one. So the fifth root of negative 64, let's see, it's odd. So this becomes negative fifth root of 64. So all that negative does when it's odd is move to the outside. And then you can break it down like normal. It's a lot of 2's. Okay, here we go. Need to move this whole thing. Whatever. We will leave it there. So this is going to be negative fifth root 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Looks like we got a root 2. And then don't forget this guy over here, this I. So he was here. And now he's here. And this negative sign. So negative 2I. All right, another one. So cubed root of negative 8. That means odd power, odd number on the shelf. So the negative pops out in front. Okay, 2 and 4. 2 and 2. This is the negative cubed root 8, which is a pair of homies. 1 makes it out. Negative 2 cubed root of 8. All right, fourth root of negative 81. Okay, fourth root, which is even. So this moves outside and becomes an I. So we've got I times the fourth root of 81. If you break that down, you get I, fourth root of 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. Sorry, technical difficulties. 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. Looking for a group of 4. Got us a group of 4. 1 makes it out, 1 does not. Don't forget the 3i, and he's going to go over here, just like a variable. All right, let's do these. We've got negative 25x squared. Our number is a 2, which means this is going to move to the outside and become an I. We've got to work on this. 25 is 5 and 5. X and X. So I out in front. 5, 5, X, X. Group of 2. 1 makes it out. 1 makes it out. And then don't forget the I. Now it feels weird having that I out in front. So you would just see 5x I. All right, fourth root of negative 81. We've got to look at this. It's even. So this guy bumps outside and becomes an I. So I squared of 81. Factor down. Cut it. Okay, fourth root. An I out in front. 4 3s. One group of 3s. 1 makes it out. 1 dies. Don't forget about I. All right, this one's given to us in fractional form as a rational expression. That's okay, we know how to convert it, right? The negative 54 goes underneath the radical. Bottom number on the shelf. Top number on the power, but the 1's not going to matter. Our power is even, or sorry, odd. All right, this guy right here is odd. I don't know what happened to my pen. That guy's odd, which means the negative just moves out in front. So now it's negative cube root of 54 to the 1, but we don't need to write down the 1 power. Okay, I'm going to save a little bit of time and factor this out for you. That is 3 3s. 1 makes it out. The negative follows with it. And then left on the gel is that poor little 2. Okay. Cube root of negative 216. This guy is odd, which means that negative bumps out in front. And it becomes negative cube root of 216. Okay, 216. I can't do that one in my head. Too many numbers. Okay, equals the negative cube root 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3. Okay, one group of 3's here, group of 2's. You're going to multiply those two together. Don't forget your negative. Okay, next one. Fifth root of negative 32. Again, it is an odd root. So this negative bumps outside. So it becomes negative fifth root of 32, which is negative fifth root of 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Okay, you got a group of 5 here. One makes it out. The rest are gone. That's negative. But there was also a negative up here in the beginning, right? It was at the start of the problem. That's like negative 1. And we're multiplying it by our answer, which was negative 2. So the actual answer is 2. Okay, this one right here, we've got a 4 out front, but we're just going to deal with that in the end. Negative inside, this guy's even, which means he's going to bump outside and become an I. So it looks like this right now. All right, we're going to break down 48 for I, fourth root, 2, 3, 4, 3. Okay, got one group of 4 2's. One makes it out, the rest die. 4 3's left in jail. And you've got this 4I. And you multiply, just like a variable. You're going to multiply your numbers outside and put the variable right after it. That's it.